The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sherapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sherapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
We made it! We made it!
Made what?
Football is back! Football! It's fake football, but it's still football. What's up, boys and girls? How are you? Welcome into a Thursday, August the 1st. Got through that month. Edition of the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sherapan, Matt Perrault. We are live on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book. Same on Twitter X. Replayed on Sports Grid TV and on Sirius XM channel 159. I know you're wearing baseball gear just to tweak people. Everyone else wants football. You're wearing 1920s Padres gear. How are you on this Thursday?
Padres gear's smoking, just like them. They beat the Dodgers again last night. Cease was unbelievable. We'll get to all of that and what happened last night. Yes, we made it to football, but yes, as our guy Double K down at the Circa said to me this morning, as I was the only person in the entire sports book before our appointment got there for the Brigade Proxy service, showed up. It's fake football. Relax. There's Kevin at VI Rogers. Showed up bright and early in town from Florida, dove into the contest. He's excited, and he goes, I can't do the Survivor because I know I'll be out before October. So the millions is going to keep me involved all season.
Yeah.
And it was great to see him. He's been on the show before. Still celebrating the Florida Panthers winning the Stanley Cup. So he's ready for football, though. It was seamless. It was easy. And the line moved. Did you see what the line is now on the Texans and the Bears, P-Roll?
What's it now?
2.
Okay. Yeah. Went up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, we'll talk about it in Better to Book It, but will you watch it tonight?
I will be on Sports Grid later, and I am kind of required to watch it because we will be talking about it. Wetzel and I are on.
Okay.
And I don't know if I have a play on it. I mean, there's really only one play, and we'll get to that later. But I mean, the total's perfect. Do you want to sweat this?
Mm-mm.
It's going to fall right around the number.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need that aggravation on August 1st.
Mm-hmm. And the first game of the year. The rain is the one thing that I think kept me off the total because I don't know what that will do. Now, it's only a 20% chance of rain, but if it does rain, we know the field conditions in Canton, Ohio have not been great. And so it's just one of those, like, do you want to really risk it playing with the total? Like, it feels like an over to me. Okay. Everyone's on the under. Like, everyone's on the under.
Yeah.
But it feels like an over. If I was going to bet it, I'd bet the over. You know, you can be really masochistic if you want. You could do a same game teaser if you want and get involved in that. If you want.
What?
You could, it's not horrible. You could take, and this game probably isn't going to be a blowout. So you, at +2, you could give 8 points to the Bears, take the total down to 25 and bet over. I bet that hits tonight. I mean, I don't think this is more than a 7-point win one way or the other. And I think we're going to see at least 30 points. I think it falls right. I think it falls 30 to 33 points, right in that range.
Yeah.
So, like, there's going to be, you know, that's your aggravation, right? Missed field goal should have landed 33. It'll land 30. Or turnover late leads to a field goal. It falls 33. It should have landed 30.
How many touchdowns do you think are going to be scored?
Probably 3.
More than 3?
I don't think
What's more likely,
3.
more or less than 3?
Well, to me, I think it more likely is more just because of the scrub football that's going to get played in the fourth quarter and the fact that Texans have 3 quarterbacks all competing to back up CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 quarterbacks who have all played big minutes in the NFL, big snaps in the NFL. They all have experience. They all are trying to prove themselves. So, like, what's the rotation for the Texans tonight as to when do they put in their quarterbacks? Because everyone's saying that Bagent's going to play a lot for the Bears, and I'm not so sure he's going to play a lot. I mean, he's a legitimate backup. So you're not playing Caleb Williams. You're starting Bagent. He can't get hurt. Like, he's your insurance policy if the rookie gets hurt.
Right.
So, like, that's where I think there's an opportunity there to see, okay, the Bears are going to play third and fourth stringers a lot. And I don't think the Bears care about this game at all. I'm not saying the Texans do, but DeMeco Ryans, to me, feels like a coach that's going to value individual competition a lot. And so what you put on film is going to matter for every game that the Texans play.
I broke out the Texans hat that a listener got me and Behow these hats.
I've seen you wear the whole like
trucker hat
thing. That's more of a me thing than a you thing.
Yeah, this is an old school. I mean, this thing is like, it came like this, all beat up.
Oh yeah, that's the Texas.
Like,
yeah. Right. That's the style.
Yeah, it's this is perfect for running hat or just.
Oh yeah, definitely
hat.
Great running hat. Yeah,
this
lifting
is awesome.
hat, workout hat. Yeah,
right. I don't know. I don't know who's playing for the Bears. I feel like I know a little more who's playing for the Texans, which may have warranted what the line move was.
Right. It's a bad football team playing third and fourth stringers. So it's like not a lot of depth there. I trust the depth of the Texans more than I do the depth
which
of the
one
Bears.
is a bad football team?
The Bears. Yeah.
What?
If the Bears were good, the Bears wouldn't be playing a true rookie game 1 out of the gate.
Oh boy.
So they were fortuitous to fall into the first pick because of the Panthers, but like, that's not going to be like, to me, I'm not. Yeah. Bears tonight. No, don't think the Bears are going to be playing many players, in particular in the second half.
It's August 1st. Did you just call the Bears a bad football team? Like, people in Chicago like the show.
Yeah. And people in Chicago want to tell me that Rome Odunze and Caleb Williams will come into the league and set the league on fire in game 1, year 1. Okay. Hasn't happened. So let's see it
yet.
Well, okay, but I don't believe
season wins. A lot of people are talking about them getting over. I'm not sure I get over season wins, but like, I think they're going to be competitive. They're going to be better, aren't they?
Maybe.
I don't know. After yesterday, Minnesota's going to be. That's going to be the one for me that I think is bad.
And schedule's brutal. So, I can't wait to see this game, though, because I just want to watch football. I'm so excited just to watch football. I don't care who's playing.
Halfway through the second quarter, you're going to be like, why am I watching this?
No, I disagree with you entirely. No.
Okay.
I will not do that. I will be interested to watch all of it. I'm excited. What bothers me is that the announcers get bored. Like, they don't want to watch it.
Can you blame them?
Yes, because it's their job to be able to do things that, like, they know the audience drops off. They know that, like, come the second quarter when guys from like Valdosta State are playing, they don't want to call the game anymore. Like, they're bored. They're like, these aren't NFL players. These guys are not going to be on NFL rosters. Why am I calling this game right now? And they start doing all the different, like, they go around and see what type of like food can you get at the Hall of Fame game, and like what type of person is sitting with
Those
their
are
mom.
Interesting stories. I'd rather hear for that.
I want no part of it. Like, I want to watch the game. Let me watch the game. Like, just be quiet then. Shut them off. Like, let me just watch the game. Like, give me a feed with no broadcasters then. Let me just watch the game. Watch what the Bears are going to run. Let's see what Eberflus does. Let's see what the Texans defense will look like. Let me see some of the young kids they've drafted, the 4th, 5th, and 6th round kids trying to make the roster. Let me see those kids. Let's talk about them.
All I want to see is the kickoffs, and I want to see how they do the first downs.
That's going to be wonky. I don't think they're using the Hawkeye tonight. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think they're using Hawkeye tonight.
Oh, because it's not a regular stadium. They're probably not.
Yeah. So I don't think they're using Hawkeye.
So this
tonight
might be the last time we see the chain gang be the chain gang.
No, because some games, Hawkeye's not going to get used in every single stadium.
Yes, it is. Game. That article that we talked about yesterday, they said they're setting it up in every stadium.
Setting it up. It won't be ready to go this year. Next year. It'll be universal next year.
It has to be universal to use it, does it not?
Well, that's why only preseason. It's only in preseason they're using it. This is a test run for the preseason. Then to next year, they will run it. So I think they're going to be doing different things. Like during the year, they'll run tests to see how accurate it's going to be once they install it in every single stadium. So I don't think you're going to see it being utilized in regular season games, but I do think that we will see stories on it as to how it's working and what the NFL likes and doesn't like about it.
I think we need to either do it or don't. I don't want to do
next year
during regular season games.
2025. I mean, I think they want to have enough information and data points to be able to determine how and when to use it. So I think in preseason, but not tonight. You're not going to see it. But the kickoffs, yes, we're going to see the kickoffs tonight. And my guess, NBC has the game tonight. Who has the game tonight?
I think ESPN, no?
ESPN, whoever has the game tonight is going to be doing a very long breakdown of kickoffs and rules and new changes and what has to happen. Strategic situations.
Vic Ferrari just came in the chat, said, I agree, Matt. It's just the sounds of the game that'll keep me watching.
Yeah, it's a cracking of the pads. It's football. It's football on my TV. Football. It might be fake football, but I was caught watching the USFL at times this year, and that's fake football. I didn't watch it long, but I watched it.
So how many people watching us right now are going to see the end of tonight's football game?
Oh, that's a great question.
Vote in the poll.
10%.
Wow. Give them a poll.
High?
I would be surprised. It starts at 8 o'clock Eastern on a Thursday. A meaningless football game. Meaningless for some, not the bettors. Are you going to see the end of the football game today?
I think anyone and everyone who bets this is going to watch it until the end.
I think they may watch the beginning, not watch the middle.
I mean, if you bet the first quarter, I get it.
If the score or the spread is in, if it's 21-3 with 8 minutes to go,
and you have the total of over 31, you're watching. You're watching.
Okay, if it's 100%. 17-3 with 8 minutes to go, I don't think you're watching.
Probably not, but a lot could happen in 8 minutes, though. Pick sixes and onside kicks, and
8 minutes is a long time. Longer than a UFC championship round.
Yeah, it's true.
8 minutes is almost 3 rounds of boxing.
So
we'll go back. Talk about a title fight.
We'll go
8
back.
8 minutes is good.
We'll go back into that coming up here in Better to Book It. Team USA is just tipped off against Team Belgium. You lay in 22.5.
No.
For Team USA, or the total 165.5.
I mean, they're going to blow everybody out, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, the U.S. men didn't cover yesterday against South Sudan.
I think there's a bigger talent discrepancy between the men's and our USA men's team and our USA women's team, meaning our USA women's team is just dramatically better than the rest of the world.
Than everybody else.
Like dramatically. Like the men's, there's a lot of international NBA players who are in this tournament. There's a lot of teams. I mean, Jokic playing for Serbia, etc. Right. You know, there are some guys who have played high-level D1 basketball, like guys on South Sudan, who can, you know, they're not LeBron, they're not Kevin Durant, but they're not like some scrub that doesn't belong on the basketball court.
Right.
So, but Team USA, like Asia Wilson, I mean, again, I'm just betting the same exact two things that I bet. We'll do a quick Better to Book It here. Chelsea Gray over 7.5 assists. She had 11 in the first half of game one.
First half?
First half. She had 11.
The number for the game was 7.5?
It was 6.5 last game, and she had 11 in the first half. Now it's 7.5, and we'll see what she does here. Game just tipped off.
They only moved it one
assist.
Who's responsible for that number?
And over 21.5 points for Asia Wilson. She scored 24. It was 20.5. They bumped that up by 1 point. So both these are pretty much didn't move much. And I was like, okay, I'm betting them again.
How many did the assist that Chelsea Gray
13.
end up with? Okay, so 13 is the real number.
But she played
in the first half.
She played only 20 minutes.
Oh,
She barely played.
Oh, really?
So she plays a whole game. Because people were saying leave her in there because the USA Olympic record, I think, was 14. And they're like, let her go. Like, let her go set the record. And they didn't. So I just think the world is really far behind. In Asia, I mean, the tallest player on Belgium is 6'4". Asia's going to kill him. Like, Asia just is she's so good. She's so much longer and talented rebounder wise. Like, I mean, they were playing Japan. But Japan had one girl, 6'2", was the tallest girl that they had. So
you forget until you see the international game that there are regular height people that still play basketball.
Like us.
And I want to thank SoCal DGen for
right?
sending me and you that picture yesterday.
I'd seen it. Yeah.
I hadn't seen that.
It's great.
Of the guard for Japan. Was he on Japan?
Yes. 5'6" guard.
5'6" grown man.
Yeah.
Next to Wemby, who's 7'6". It didn't look like they were the same species of they looked like two different things.
Yeah.
Like they weren't both men. It was bizarre. So when you see the women, you see the disparity. There's no answer for it, at least on the men's side.
Yeah.
So would they lose by 17 yesterday?
Right. CBW, the Belgian player is wider than Asia. Sure. Okay. But she's still taller. Through 2.5 minutes, Asia's got 2 rebounds and 2 points. Chelsea Gray already has 1 assist. So, I mean, this team it's the Vegas Aces. Okay. It's Plum, Wilson, Gray, 3 veteran players.
And they're playing together.
Back to back. I mean, they're going for back WNBA championships. So, they have a lot of experience. What they don't have is a gold medal yet together. So, now 4 points for Asia Wilson. It's just, these numbers I don't think these numbers are accurate as to what the Team USA dynamic is right now for women's basketball. It could all change. I mean, we might see double digits coming. If she goes for 13 again for assists, that number is going to through the roof.
Right.
But there are rumors, I read a lot about this, that Asia Wilson wants to set the scoring record for the women's basketball Olympic side. So she's going for 25 a night every game.
Oh,
so we'll see what she winds up doing. And I don't want any part of a 24 point line or a total of 165 where Team USA may need to score 100 for it to go over in a 40-minute basketball game.
Yeah.
So
guys, keep us updated in the chat.
So we'll watch that
game and what's going on, because I'm not watching it.
I'm just watching the box score. I might watch
Vic
it.
just came in. Vic Ferrari just came in and said Japan's tallest player is 6'2".
6'2". Yeah.
We can't compete in that mode.
No, I mean it's
impossible.
I mean, not on the international stage. No,
right?
It's going to be hard for anybody. I mean, Asia's 6'5", I believe, and long and athletic.
Come on.
So she's one thing I don't like is she shot a couple of threes in the first game. I was like, what are we doing? Come on now. Justin Herbert hurt, sidelines a few weeks with a foot injury. Oh boy.
Already?
Charger fans. Who's reporting that? AOWN. Tell us who's reporting that. That stinks. Wow. Injuries. This is the time of the year. You just don't want your team to be in the news right now. It's never good.
So that comes out, right? And we would be in the book and be like, all right, we can't adjust anything, 1, until we know. 2, a few weeks of what? Preseason, practice, games, real games. So, caution, everybody, even betting, because there will be people that will go, oh, well, I'm going to go bet the Chiefs in week 7 when they play.
It's plantar fasciitis.
The worst. Oh,
so I had a version. I've had a version of it, and I still kind of have it. I have a round, like a tumor thing on my bottom of my foot on my plantar fasciitis. It's really kind of weird. You can squeeze it out. You they want me to do roller exercises to get it out. It feels like a marble in the bottom of my foot. So yes, I've had a version of it. I haven't had the tearing of it on my right foot.
Oh,
so It's been going on for a couple of years now. So I know
hurt when you run.
When it gets inflamed, it does. Yeah, it has before. It has hurt. But I'm curious just to see if it's in a walking boot like they're claiming for 2 weeks and it goes away, he's fine. But if he has to get if it snaps, it's a different story. Not a fun thing to deal with.
Feet pain versus tooth pain, which is worse?
Feet pain.
The feet pain is the worst.
Teeth pain sucks because you can't eat, but you can do other things. You can drink and smoothie and have a liquid diet and whatnot.
The feet pain is just everything. You can't, my plantar fasciitis was so bad, I couldn't even sleep with covers on my feet.
Really?
It hurt. Yeah. I did wear that brace.
Dang.
Oh, it was the worst. Oh.
So a couple of weeks for Justin Herbert. So.
Hey.
Okay, we'll see. People who are watching the game, I guess Belgium's running a pretty good offense right now. Broke my foot years ago. Still not the same Santana. Yuck.
That's no good, Santana.
That's no good. So we'll watch it. We'll see if that's going to happen or not. But what happened last night? Hideki Matsuyama shot a 63 in round one. He holds a 2-shot lead on Xander Schauffele. This is the odds from a couple of hours ago. So if it moved, I apologize. But Xander now the odds-on favorite. Scheffler's still sitting there, even though he didn't do much today. He's 4 strokes off the lead. Matsuyama comes in. He's leading the tournament after round one. No one buying him, I guess. He's plus 650. John Rahm 10-1. McIlroy 11-1. And Neiman at 12-1, rounding out the top 6 odd choices for the Olympic golf here. I feel like this has been a pretty big, I feel like the books might be pretty happy with the handle here. More than half the field's under par. Xander is the odds-on favorite.
So you talk to people like we had Brady on yesterday on Sports Grid, and the field is so top heavy. There's a lot of guys in it, and it's no cut. So they're 4 rounds. But the odds for a lot of guys at the bottom were absurd.
Right.
But I feel like because of the maybe not familiarity with the course with some guys versus the familiarity with the course with other guys, that they did get a lot of handle, and it wasn't all like, geez, we got to beat Scheffler again. Right? It was just one of those things that was like, oh, this is cool. What'd Rory shoot?
McIlroy was okay. I think 3 strokes off, 4 strokes off.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll tell you exactly.
So he had a good first round, because I was talking about it and I was like, maybe he'll have a good first round. It might be worth a first round leader bet.
Yeah. Matsuyama 63, Xander 65, Neiman 66, Grillo 66, Tom Kim shot 60. I'm on him for top 5. He's currently tied for the top 3. Fleetwood 67, Scotty shot 67, and Rory shot a 68, 3 under. So
okay,
strokes back.
So nobody's
after
out of it.
1.
Yeah.
Oh, not even this. They're gonna blow this thing apart. Like they're just gonna destroy this golf course. But they're playing overnight.
Right now, it's eating up your mic.
Okay.
Whatever site you're on, it's slowing down your
ESPN. It's gonna be. It's going to be all, in my mind, it's going to be all about the top players. Like come today's Thursday, come Saturday. That's why Scheffler's where Scheffler is. I mean, the books are saying we're not going to let you get Scotty Scheffler cheap. Like you're going to get Scotty Scheffler at 4-1. You're not coming in heavy, even though he is, a bunch of strokes back of Matsuyama.
So that's the updated odds as of right now.
Top 6, yep, after round 1.
Does Xander win it?
I mean, he's in the same spot he's been the last 2 majors, and so he's gone out and won them. So I don't know. It's hard to say no. He's not going to win the thing. But I mean, Tom Kim, if he wins it, he gets out of military service. But I think, do you already serve military service or no? He's 22. I think he gets out of military service if he gets a gold medal. If he wins it,
what a deal! Win a gold medal and you get out. What?
Yep,
that's a bizarre stipulation, is it not?
It's the way they do it for people who are, certain types of
okay.
Certain types of countries to require military service. They say, hey, you go out there and win a gold medal for our country. You don't serve in the military.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Go knock down some eagles and some birdies, son.
Him and there's another guy too. There's 2 Korean players that could go do that in this tournament to get out of military service.
Wow.
Wyndham Clark's in last place. Yikes. That's not good. But last place is like 4 over par, right? Like last place is far back, but it's not like, Ben thank you. Yes. The other one who could do it.
Okay.
Who could win gold. So I don't think Tom Kim will win gold, but I think Tom Kim has played really competitive golf this year. So I liked him at 4-1 to come in the top 5. And then I took Colin Morikawa, who played a solid round, nothing outstanding, but kind of right like Scotty Scheffler, like right in the mix, right in the middle of it. He's 35-1 to win the thing, with him top 5 as well. So, we'll see what tomorrow looks like. The golf course is not hard. It's long, but supposedly it's not a difficult golf course.
Would you bet a U.S. guy versus everywhere else wins?
Yes.
You think a U.S. guy wins?
I mean, I think it's Scheffler, Xander. I mean, I think it's one of those 2, is it not?
I don't know. I didn't see one highlight shot, anything. The first thing I saw is you putting up that graphic of the leaders or of the current odds. So I haven't looked. It's hard. It's in the middle of the night here.
Yep.
Literally in the middle of the night.
1 a.m. Yep.
All right. Maybe we'll watch it tonight. I don't know.
See up late and watch it. Yeah. Clayton Kershaw did not record a K for the first time in his career last night against the Padres. That is 423 career starts for Kershaw. He had always had 1 K. The Padres scored 7. They won 8-1. Dylan Cease was outstanding again. If Kershaw isn't good, Dave, this team might be in trouble. Like, do they have they've got one pitcher that you're like, okay, every 5th day, I feel good. I feel like they could win. But outside of that, even after the trade deadline, just feels like there's a lot of question marks with the starting pitcher in the Dodgers.
Glasnow,
solid. Worries. Yes, he's great.
Flaherty, huge amount of pressure to go there and give them what could be 9 quality starts. He's got to be good. There's no option.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't do what they brought him there to do and win, if he has 9 starts, they got to win 6 of them. They're going to get caught. The Dodgers are going to get caught for the division, as crazy as that sounds, from the Padres.
Eric, that's a big if, though. They're not.
Imagine if they were.
But they're not.
Mr. Volbex, if they were healthy, that would be very helpful.
Oh, wow. Great question. Dodgers, Pirates in a playoff series. Who are you taking?
So we went over this. Actually, me and Kevin, he asked me that same question. And I said, the
Skeens
Dodgers
versus Glasnow.
Pittsburgh.
Well, Skeens versus Glasnow. Jones versus Kershaw. And then
Keller versus Flaherty.
I like you guys in that game 3 matchup.
It sounds ridiculous to say. And yes, I am a little biased, but taking the bias out of it.
Right.
The pitching is better.
It is, but is your offense better? That's the problem. You might lose every game 3-2.
Correct.
So that's the problem.
Correct. So I know what we would make the line, and there's no chance in hell that the Dodgers wouldn't be big favorites over the Pirates.
Right.
Despite the fact that if the game 1 was in Pittsburgh with Skeens pitching, they'll be favored. The Pirates will. I think the Pirates will be favored over Glasnow. We might make it pick and let somebody bet us to the Dodgers the side, but that's how much overwhelming. I mean, Skeens is being minus 160 on the road in places. I can't be a dog at home. It'd be very hard pressed to be a dog at home. Now, is Freeman good? We got to know the lineups. I don't know, but I know the Padres are here. Forget about are they coming? They're here. And the juice is right with that too. The Diamondbacks are right there.
Just get me over 83.5 wins. Come on, Arizona. Let's get hot. They got 58. Get me over.
58 with how many games they have left?
They're 58 and 51. So they've played 109 games.
109. So you got 53 games left.
Mm-hmm.
You got to win 30.
Mm-hmm. 30 and 23 is not horrible.
It's very doable.
So, and really it's 83, so 84. So it's not actually win 30.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's 26 or 27. Yeah, 27. So over 53 games, like it's not impossible.
I have to go through the schedule. I'll do that this weekend. I'll go through some baseball schedules and see who's playing who where. We're trying to plot out one more road trip for the Pirates to see them in person one more time. So I'll take a look at that. I think you're the favorite in that situation. I think you're favored to go over 83.5 right now.
Under on the Marlins, under on the Rockies, over on the Diamondbacks, over on the Red Sox, and over on the Cubs. And I might wind up going 4-1. Well,
that'll help shore up some of the baseball mess in June or in July. I mean,
yeah, definitely. So
that'll be okay.
The Cubs aren't dead, but the
Cubs are dead. Write that one off.
All right, fine. Cubs are dead.
I think the Cubs are dead, and I think the Marlins are good. I think those 2 ones you ain't really got to worry too much about.
And then everything else, it's going to be. I mean, I did come back and bet the under 85.5 on the Red Sox. I did bet that too to try to middle it. So, tried to middle that.
That might get you kicked out in some books, sir.
But I don't think they're going to wind up. I mean, I think the Red Sox win 81, 82 games. I thought that since the spring, they're going to be a 500 baseball team, and they're playing like a 500 baseball team right now. So we'll see what they wind up doing. But the Phillies got swept by the Yankees. Bryce Harper's in the worst slump of his career, 1 for 30. Where are we on the Phillies right now?
It's the first time they got swept all season.
First time at home in 2 years.
Get it out of the system now. But I mean, Alex was great yesterday. If you guys missed the show, Whale Watcher Wednesday brought to you by Sports Trade. Alex Kane was on, and he's a Philly guy, and his dad loves baseball, and you can tell Alex loves baseball. He's been listening to that rat poison in Philly, going worried. I'm this, I'm that. He's right. They haven't played well against playoff caliber teams since the All-Star break. Not good. 1 for 30 is a tough stretch. And you got to keep going up there, and nothing's working. The balls are being caught even when you hit them hard.
Mm-hmm.
Slight concern. I don't know. We just not besmirched the Dodgers, but we made a case for why the Dodgers might be in a little bit of trouble. If the Phillies don't hit at all, like one guy can go in a slump, but the rest of the lineup has to hit. The rest of the lineup isn't hitting. I mean, he said Realmuto can't hit at all anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Bryson Stott's not having a good season at all.
Mm-mm.
Harper's slumping. Schwarber's not hitting Schwar bombs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he is, but he's a K or a home run.
That's it.
Yeah, like he's so it's all or nothing for him. So that's the worry here with the Phillies. And if Wheeler is getting hurt, like this is not good. Wheeler doesn't look right. So that's the worry. Their starting pitching is the worry because they already have one starter on the IL. You don't want more.
Right.
So they got to, Wheeler. I mean, get everybody right for September. Like, get them, like, just in this month, just like figure it out. Like, if you got to tank this month and you have a 2-game lead on the 1st of September, so be it. Get right for September.
No way. We don't want to
get right.
I need to win as many games now so September's smooth.
Nah, they're going to be in. They're a wild card team. Like, they're in. It's a matter of what level. The Phillies, they're in.
Well, Ray Makerloo just came in and said that he came in the chat and said the Phillies will be fine. They were hot as a firecracker for a while. Baseball has its ups and downs. It does.
It does, but this is different because the injuries are different. Like when you talk about Wheeler and a back problem, that's not a slump. That's a long-term problem. So, like, those are the worries here.
Wheeler can't be hurt if they're going to go to the World Series.
Agreed. Wheeler, and he's got to beat Wheeler. Like, not just can't be hurt.
Right.
He has to be Wheeler. He has to be an effective pitcher that takes the ball, gives you 5 minimum, because their bullpen's not good enough.
I feel like you're seeing the effects of the season all come about right now, right? Like it's been hot as hell pretty much everywhere in the country in July, and they're playing baseball on the back end of July. We get into August. It literally is the dog days of summer where bullpens are tired and they're just like blowing up. Like they're just even good bullpens. And the Padres made those moves to shore up their bullpen. It's no joke. Like they get them a lead now and they're getting it to the end. So I don't know. The Phillies will be fine. They're going to make the playoffs, but I want to win as many games as I can now, so I don't have to in September, because those high leverage baseball games in October are brutal. And I still think I want the 1 or the 2 seed, so I can set up my pitching. I don't care if I have to take 5 days off. We'll do live pitching. We'll figure it out. Like would you rather go the route of the wild card, or would you rather win the 1 or 2?
1 or 2. Yeah. I want the easiest path possible, especially in the National League.
Give the kids a pull, because both teams last year in the World Series were wild cards. And there's an argument being made by baseball heads that winning the 1 and 2 has no value. I disagree. I want the 1 or 2.
Only because of the path. I want the easiest path.
I want to set up my pitching for that first 5
games. That too.
Series.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to burn through my pitching in a 3-gamer to get to the 5-gamer and start on the 4 and then get the 1, 2, whatever. I don't know. I don't think it's a question. I want the 1 or the 2. I get the home field for whatever that's worth. Playing them games in Philadelphia, I can't believe still to this day that Arizona went in there and won Game 6 and Game 7. But it can happen. I don't know. Do you want the wild card, or do you want the 1 or the 2?
I want the 1 or the 2. I want the easiest path. I want to set my pitching up, but I get the idea that it's not a gigantic advantage. Like, just get into the tournament. I agree with that. Like, you can, if you're the 3rd wild card, you can win it all. Absolutely. It's not impossible if you have the pitching and you're hot. So, like, look at the Padres. The Padres and the Diamondbacks right now, I don't think either team would shrink from the Phillies, the Dodgers, anybody. Like,
hell no.
I think right now they'd be good playing anybody. Like, let's go. Come on. We don't care. Just let us in. And right now the D-backs are a half a game up and they're in. They're the 3rd wild card. So I think anybody right now on that lineup for the Padres or for the Dodgers, or sorry, for the Diamondbacks, they're like, give us the Dodgers, give us the Pirates, like give us the Brewers. We don't care. Like, let us get in and we'll deal with whatever we got to deal with, because our bats are hot and our pitching is good. So
don't let them Pirates in. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to be complete. I mean, I don't even know what I'm going to be like if they are playing. Their last 3 games of the season are at the Yankees
in New York.
Oof. Yes.
Oof.
Yeah. And hopefully it won't mean nothing to the Yankees. That will
might not mean anything to you guys either, though.
Let me live this dream, please.
Okay, but it might not mean anything for you guys either. Like, it's, from a standing standpoint.
Yeah, because they'll have their 3rd spot, the wild card, clinched by then. That would be great.
That's the dream, right?
Oh,
that's the dream.
Oh,
Pirates are currently 2.5 games out of a wild card spot. You're 2 games back on the Diamondbacks. You're 2 games back in the loss column on the Mets. You're 1 game back in the loss column for the Cardinals. There's a lot of teams between you
a mess
and the playoffs.
It's a mess. They had a 4-0 lead yesterday, lost the game to the Astros. Just, I knew they were going to lose yesterday. I just knew it. I knew it. And I went on Sports Grid and Astros stuff. They're like, what are you doing? Like, the Astros are going to win. I'm just telling. This is what happens in the book. You can't always root for your team. The Astros are going to win.
There's 6 teams for 3 spots. Braves, Padres, Diamondbacks, Mets, Cardinals, Pirates.
Oh,
you're the worst team of the 6.
Who's the worst team?
Your team is the worst team of the 6.
That is personal.
That is true.
It's
true.
Will, I'm not going to say it, but that is You know what?
It's
Worse than the Mets.
Yeah. Mets have bats. You don't.
We have pitching. They don't.
Okay, but their pitching's been good lately.
It's been okay.
I mean, the Mets have a plus 20.
Cardinals?
The Mets have a plus 26 run differential. You don't. You have a -5.
It's going to change.
It is? Why? You can't hit to save your life. I mean, your offense just doesn't score.
Son of a.
I mean, the Mets score 500. The Mets have scored 526 runs. You guys have scored 451.
It's a lot less.
I mean, it's almost 100 runs more.
How about the Cardinals?
The Cardinals' offense isn't very good either. 454. They've given up 489. I don't buy the Cardinals either. I mean, that's
okay.
I'm not buying
right.
but the
Now
Cardinals went. But the Cardinals went and got Fetty.
What are the Diamondbacks run differential?
Oh, you don't want it. Diamondbacks have scored 558 runs, 513 given up, plus 45.
They've given up 513 runs too.
Yep, but they've scored 558.
Yeah, they can hit.
They can hit. they can hit and score.
They're going to Pittsburgh this weekend.
That's a hell of a series.
Diamondbacks at Pirates.
Arizona just wrapped up. They had the most wins in the month of July in Major League Baseball.
Who?
Arizona. Most wins in July was done by the Diamondbacks. Yeah, D-backs are plus money to not make the playoffs. They're favored to make the playoffs right now, and they should be.
Tommy,
they did it last year. It's when they got super hot.
I know.
It went all the way to the World Series.
Dangerous, I know.
So
before last night, the Pirates won 13 of their last 18 games dating back to July 8th. That's the best record in Major League Baseball in that span since July 8th. Team with the best record in baseball.
And they won the most games overall in the month of July.
The Diamondbacks did. I'm talking about the Pirates that have that July 8th thing. Only one team had a better team ERA.
Yeah, but what's the record, though? Not ERA. What's the team record?
13-5 since July 8th.
So what they do from July 1st to July 7th? Go 0-7?
No, they split a series. I think they only won 16 games in July. The winning team, I think the team that had the most was 18.
That was
they were right there. Listen, it was a great month.
13 to 18 is right there. It's 5 games. It's 5 more wins. It's a big difference.
No, I think the Pirates had 16 wins in a month of July.
16. There's 13. Okay, 16. Yeah, 16 to 18. Sure. Okay, yeah. They had a good month. They're over 500. I mean, look, it's August 1st and your team is over 500. When's the last time you could say that?
I feel like you bringing up the history doesn't really help me much. But like
the reason why you're excited is the history. You wouldn't be excited otherwise. Because if I was a baseball fan, I said my team is 2 games over 500. We suck. Like that's what I would. I mean, that's in all comparison. If we're looking at it from a real standpoint, like an actual standing standpoint, the Pirates aren't good.
Like, it all depends on which glasses you look through.
That's fine. The Phillies have 65 wins. The Brewers have 61 wins. The Dodgers have 63 wins. Padres have 59 wins. D-backs have 58 wins. Atlanta's got 58 wins. I mean,
how many?
53. Like if you want to look at it
from April,
a real comparison, they're not good. But the history is why it's worth talking about because we haven't seen this for a long time out of the Pirates.
Man, oh man.
It's fine to be exciting, but like you've got a dominant pitcher, you have a young, unproven stud, you got a guy who I'm still waiting to blow up at the 3rd spot, but he's been great since. And now you've got a lineup that is timely. At times can score 5, 6, 7 runs, and at other times can score 2 for a week.
Can't afford to make mistakes either in the field. Like there was just an error yesterday, and they threw a ball away, and a run scored. And
O'Neal confuses me sometimes. I feel like he's like playing his own game. Like sometimes he's just like, wait, like he makes plays that you're like, you're a Major League Baseball player. What was that? Like where'd that throw go?
It's like he's playing club ball at Sunset Park.
Yeah, he just flips it. Just like, wait. It's like, hey, man, where'd the ball go? Like, we're playing Major League Baseball, right? Like, what's going on? Yeah, I agree. And I need error machine yesterday. I like O'Neal Cruz a lot, but he is an error machine. Like, he's just not trustworthy in the field. Great at the plate, but in the field, So I think we have to talk about the history of the Pirates because I think it matters. We're talking about the history as to what the teams are going to do. All right, time now for the Circa Sports Pro Football Team of the Day. It is the LA Rams. Win total is set at 8.5. Over -144. For you guys who may be new to the show, Circa is offering you guys a chance to win $16 million in guaranteed prizes with Circa Million, Circa Survivor. We're going to go over the 10 million for Survivor for sure. Millions picking up momentum. People are starting to pay attention to what we've been talking about Circa Million, saying, guys, I know Survivor seems easier, but million, you're in it all year. And there's going to be an overlay. They're not going to get to 6,000 entries, 6 million guaranteed, regardless of whether or not you have 6,000 entries or not. For more information, you go to circasports.com. If you're coming to town and need hotel room offers, they've got you at Circa, the D, or the Golden Gate. Just one entry, like our guy Kevin did this morning, will get you a 25% off stay at Circa, the D, or Golden Gate. And if you get all 15, the full house, they're calling it, 5 in the millions and 10 in Survivor, they will comp a 3-night stay at Circa. If you're going to do this, you need the information. Email info@circasports.com. Rams, no Aaron Donald. Are they going to have to be more offensive this year? Because they're not going to have an all-time great anchoring that defense?
The obvious answer is yes.
Right.
But do they have the tools to do that?
Rosie, it's funny that you're asking that question. Hold on. Okay. We're doing a Splash Sports Pick'em again. Hold on. Tomorrow's show. You're going to want to listen to tomorrow's show.
Wow, that was like a loaded question. Big announcement tomorrow.
So be ready for a Roll Call Friday.
Roll Call Friday's a big show anyway, but we got an announcement. Another announcement. Football season announcement.
So we got that. Are we going to find 8.5 wins or 9 wins here for the LA Rams?
Have you found anybody in the space who says under?
Maybe me.
Wow.
Look at the start to the schedule. You tell me.
Detroit, at Arizona.
Home for San Francisco, at Chicago, home for Green Bay. How many wins is that?
Wow, that's rough. 1, 2.
1.
No, come on. It could be as high as 3. It could be as low as 1.
Now, I will say this. McVay has owned the Cardinals.
Yep.
Owned them. But does that continue with Marvin Harrison Jr. now with the Cardinals? Yes. I don't know. I don't know. It could be 3. It's 2 and 3 at best. 1 and 4 is on the table in my mind.
I think 3 and 2 is best.
2 and 3 and 2?
Yeah.
Who are they beating?
Those games.
Who are they beating?
Arizona, Chicago, Green Bay.
Wow.
No?
I like Green Bay.
They never beat the Niners, right?
On turf, they never beat the Niners. And not beating the Detroit on the road. Sunday night football opener. Rocking atmosphere for Detroit. So
maybe. All right.
So let's say 2 wins.
Fair.
Okay. 2 and 3. Okay. As we head to a bye week. And then after the bye week, we roll Vegas at home, Vikings at home. Should win both
of those games. That's a Thursday night game against the Vikings, too.
Yeah, I think they win both those games.
Okay.
At Seattle.
They'll split the Seattle games, so they
lose there.
And then later. Okay. So
do they beat Miami on Monday night?
At home, yes.
I think Miami wins that game. At the Patriots.
They win that game.
Agreed. Home for the Eagles.
Why not?
I have 5 wins. No, okay. I have 5. At New Orleans.
I think they can win that game.
Yeah, I'll give it to them. 6. Buffalo at home.
I would say no right now.
I say loss. At San Francisco.
No.
Thursday night. At the Jets. Sunday.
Outdoors in December.
Yep. LA team outdoors.
Probably not good for them.
Nope. And then Arizona, Seattle at home.
Win-win.
7.
I have 9.
7, 8, 9. There's your LA Rams schedule.
Good number, boys. Whoever put this one up, this is good. This is better than the Chelsea Gray assist number. How many she got, by the way?
Let's see.
Probably over already.
No. Belgium's hanging around. Belgium currently is 44-36.
Okay.
How about that? She has got only 3 assists, 8 points for Asia. So we're on pace. We're on pace, but keep the game close and let's see what happens here.
Wow. Tommy Lorenzo just came in a chat, said Sean McVay lifetime coaching record 70-45.
Yep, but how much of that is against the NFC West? Like, cut out the NFC West games. He dominates his division.
That doesn't matter. They're on your schedule. Why do you have to diminish that? You don't do that when you talk about Belichick and Brady. They killed the division for years.
Division was bad, and then they killed everybody in the playoffs. McVay hasn't done that. McVay's got 1 championship on his record. It's incredible. He got it young. He changed the league when he won a championship. That's how all these coaches that were on his coaching staff all have head coaching jobs, Zach Taylor included. Like, they all owe him a debt of gratitude for what he did. The youth movement in the NFL was all because of Sean McVay.
Right.
I'm not knocking Sean McVay. He's extremely young, but like, let's see what he winds up being versus what he is right now. 1 championship is 1 championship. If he ends his career with 1 championship, people are going to say, okay, he was great, but he was a young coach that caught everyone by shock. No one knew what was going on.
Boys and girls in the chat, again, thank you for being here. Hit the like button if you have not already. At the top, we need over 52.5 likes is the number today on a Thursday. We were a little light yesterday. We went over that number Monday and Tuesday, but that's the number. Put in the number in the chat. How many wins? You guys just saw the schedule. What are the road games that aren't the division games? Can we pull that back up? Road games. That's going to determine whether we go over or under the season wins. So we're
Detroit,
at
Chicago,
So
at New England.
That's 1.
At New England.
That's 2.
At New Orleans.
That's 3.
At New York Jets.
Okay, so those 5 games, we get 3 wins in the division. I think that minimum 3-3.
I think they lose at Detroit. I think they lose at Arizona. I think they lose at Seattle. And San Francisco.
No, okay, so we got 3 wins on I got 3 wins on the road. We got in the division, Arizona, Seattle, San Francisco. Rams go 3-3 or 4-2?
3-3. They lose the road games.
Okay, so that's 6. So it comes down to the cross-conference games.
Detroit on the road.
Vegas, Green Bay.
Buffalo.
Miami. Oh, boy.
See?
Buffalo. Oh, boy.
See? Yeah.
Boy, there's so much love. Like, this team can win 11 games. I think the top is 10 max, maybe 9. Looking at these, the home games are hard.
Yep. If you go over 8.5 W's, better value.
Anderson's here.
That's
9-ish
interesting.
JPC to 4th. Heavy.
Well, here's the problem with that, Tommy. They're gonna. They're a wild card team. Like that's
over 8.5 wins. It's better value to bet the playoffs. Yes, at even money
because they can win 9 and miss the playoffs easy. 9 and 8 is not good enough in the NFC to make the playoffs. I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be good enough.
The last spot got to be 9 wins. No,
maybe, but tiebreakers and whatnot come into play. And
true.
I would be careful with that in terms of betting to make the playoffs at 9 wins. I think the easier bet is to bet them to win 8.5, over 8.5 to go 9. But I bet them under. I'm against everybody. I think the Rams are going to be.
If they start good, like if that first 5 games, if they go 3-2 or somehow 4-1, this thing's flying over. If they go 1-4, I don't think you got a shot at going over. You'll know 5 weeks in where you stand. And who's the backup to Stafford?
Oh, we looked at that the other day, right?
for the Rams. I don't know who the backup is. That is a tough schedule.
A backup for the Rams. I mean, if they lose Stafford, it's goodbye. Jimmy Garoppolo, who is suspended. Stetson Bennett will start, and then Garoppolo will come in. Yeah, it's Jimmy G.
Jimmy G end up on the Rams. Man, he's going to look good in that uniform. I love that uniform. Wow.
Puka Nacua is tremendous. I'm not Vic, you're right.
Oh,
He's tremendous. He's great.
Oh.
But they're going to need to rely more on their offense this year because you don't have a leader in that locker room like Aaron Donald. I mean, I don't think you just replace Aaron Donald.
They're so good at like exposing the other team's weakness on defense. Like McVay really does an unbelievable job play calling, game planning, all that stuff. Turns guys like Puka Nacua into the star. They run the ball really well when they're ahead too. Like they because they had such a good defense and stuff too, they were able to kill the clock. Like they used to be a couple when they were rolling a dead under in-game play because they would nurse a lead.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day when they were trying to score 50 points and 60 points, they had to morph into what they became when they won, the Super Bowl.
Right.
Which was a power running team with a lead. Get a lead, don't make mistakes. Let's run the ball. And it looked like game was going to go over. The in-game number went up. Just keep that in mind. Those are the stuff, like that's the stuff I look for.
So here's the question. Team USA is up 46-38 at the break.
46-38. Okay.
The total is exactly where it closed at 165.5, but the line is down to 18.5. They're only up by 8.
So they win the second half by 10.
Asia Wilson to score 20 or more points is minus 170.
How many does she have?
10. I'm on over 21. Yes. I'm on over 21.5. But the books believe that she's going to have a big second half.
I think that's a yes bet.
Okay.
That she gets 20? That minus 170? Did she 20
or more? Yep. Mm-hmm.
So 20 wins the bet?
Yep.
Oh. Is she in foul trouble?
Nope.
Huh.
No fouls.
I mean, if you're watching live, it might be the benefit of it. If you're watching this on the replay later, sorry you didn't get in on it. But, I mean, that seems like a bet.
What about laying 18.5 for Team USA?
They win the first half by 8. Win the second half by 10 and 11. It's going to fall right around the number.
Right around there, right?
Right? Yeah, that's no bargain.
It's right there.
And the total's back on the number.
165.5, right on there. Juiced a little to the over. Minus 120 to the over.
46-38 to 84. Right? 46-38, 84.
Yep.
84 is 168. What's the in-game total? 170?
165.5.
Oh, if you get a quick start, that thing, boom, it's going over.
Right.
Wow.
So we'll see what the second half looks like. Belgium played well in the first half. So way over. She's killing Belgium in the paint. Thanks to Juice. All right, that's good. I need Chelsea Gray to throw the ball 4 more times or 5 more times. I need 8 assists out of her. She's got 3 at the break. So that's trending in the wrong direction. But Asia to get 22 points, I'm good. So we'll split that if I can. But let's see if we can get Asia Wilson going here for Team USA to come in. And I mean, frankly, if you laid the pre-flop 22.5, 23.5, you're going to sweat here. This is going to be a tight one for Team USA coming back here they should win, but careful on those big numbers. Time for the Brigade Proxy Service Pro Football Story of the Day. Like we told you earlier today, Dave headed on down to Circa to sign up another BVB Brigade Proxy Service member. Good friend Kevin Rogers from Florida coming on in to sign up for Circa Millions, getting the hat. You guys can look just like Kevin Rogers if you'd like. It's pretty easy. All you got to do is send us a text message when you come to town at 702-570-8255 or email the show on our website, thebvbshow.com. The Noggin Boss hat is quite interesting, Dave. Makes you very dark, though. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's dominating the light.
It's so big. It
so
dominates.
Big. Holy crap. I don't know.
Big one.
Next time I go into Circa, I'm wearing this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, wear it sideways.
Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. Texans, is this number 2.5?
Hold on. Let's see what we got.
Is that what I just saw? Is this number at 2.5
Let's see what we got.
for the Texans? Are we talking about that type of movement here where we've gone from -1.5 Chicago to -2.5 Houston?
There's 3 places that I'm looking at now that are heavy juice, -215 or -115.
Okay.
-2, -15 is how you say it. I take that for granted that anyone understands that. So the spread is -2. Rather than move the 2.5, they move the juice, which, like, listen, just move it to 2.5. It's not going to be the end of the world if we get middled on this freaking game. You don't need to go to 15, but 2 places have gone to -2, and you have to lay -115. So, yes, it's going that way. For books that refuse to use whole numbers more often than not, yes, it could be 2.5.
What do you make of the handle tonight? What will it be?
More than it should be, let's put it that way, but less than anybody thinks it really is. It's not. 31 is perfect. Like people are contemplating doing teasers like you, like that like you just don't know what to do. You don't feel strongly about it. The Bears came out and said, we're not playing anybody. I don't even know what this guy's going to look like in a uniform. I want to see Caleb in a game uniform. I want to see him in the Bears stuff. No, we're not. Forget it. So, I mean, Kansas City Royals are playing the Detroit Tigers today. That's a monster game. This game will do more handle than that.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Now, yeah, it's football. You were screaming at the beginning of the show. If you guys missed it, P-Roll came out and said, we made it. We made it. You made what? Preseason football?
Yes.
Come on.
Come on. Dark, hot, awful summer is over. It's easy.
You were in the
Wait.
back east for almost 3 weeks.
Is FanDuel still at -1? No.
What?
No.
For the game?
They can't be. They can't be that far off the market. No. Hold on. Where are we going here? No, FanDuel is currently at 1.5. They've come back down.
Okay.
So somebody like the Bears at +2 at FanDuel.
Okay. Good.
Total's up to 32.5.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Steam on the over.
Circa just went to 33 while we were talking.
I was right. I should just bet the damn thing.
Yeah.
I like the over 31.
Well,
And you could tease it down if you want.
Stop with the tease. With the teasing, please. People watch the show. Send me DMs and texts. What is your boy doing? I'm like, I don't know.
I love teasing. Teasing is so fun. I love teasing, but not this game. Don't tease this game. I'm on the Texans. That's it. I got the one with the Texans. That's all I'm playing. That's it. But I do like the over. I do think the over could be a play. I liked it at 31 a lot. If you could find the over at 31, it's down. It's up to 32.5 now. You say something at that 33, you said?
Circa just went to 33.
Woo, baby. Here we go. I think the over is a good idea. Simply, the last 2 years have been over. My only real hesitation is the kickoffs. I don't know what the kickoffs are going to
No idea.
like. So
I have no idea. Oh, boy. That's a big freeze. He don't know what the kickoffs are going to be like, and he froze right there. Look at that face. Mikey, awesome. Come back, Jack. Come on. Before Mikey clips that one. All right, you're back.
The kickoffs could be really good for the offense or could be really wonky for the offense and get people all out of whack. So I don't know. I'm excited to watch kickoffs to kind of go, all right, it's one thing when the XFL does it. Let's see when the NFL does it. Let's actually see what the NFL does.
Hopefully you get a couple field goals or a touchdown and we get multiple kickoffs.
Right.
Because if there's no scoring, we only get 2 or maybe 3 kickoffs in the first half.
What do you make of this? The higher it goes, just wait and then bet the under. Because Vitalis says banking the under at 34.
Wow. Yeah, if it gets to 34, just a couple combinations that it could fall more at 34 than at 33. But the thing that somebody told me years ago, I don't know if it was even in Curacao, might have even been in Pittsburgh before I went to Curacao.
Mm-hmm.
The combination, the divisible by 3 numbers,
Mm-hmm.
have more combinations because of the field.
Makes sense. Right.
And
Makes
now
sense.
with the extra points being harder, I don't want
Right.
to say gimmies anymore. I mean, they're not gimmies anymore. Just missed. It puts them on those numbers more. So 33 is good. 34 is those unders at 33 and 32 and 31 are all winners. That's pretty good.
Anderson, I think it's difficult. Middling is more of a basketball thing for me than a football thing. So the volatility of an NBA game gives you the chance to middle. That's why I tease games pre-flop more than I do. I don't do teasers in basketball. I do teasers in the NFL, in college at times. I don't look to middle. Sometimes totals I'll look to middle, but like that more or less of like if I laid over 50 and I got like under 53.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going over 51, 52, if I can go with those key numbers from a total perspective, and I guess 41, 42, 43, again, you could technically do that too. But 50, 51, 52, those are all really big key numbers. So if I go over 50, under 53, like a total, I might look to middle, but I don't really look to middle sides.
I think it's not a number of points like it is in the NBA because there's no specific points that are key numbers in the NBA, sides or totals. I mean, you can middle any game between 220 and 232 in a basketball game. The key to middling the NFL is the numbers. If you get over 45 and under 52 in a game that closed 46, that's a good middle. It doesn't always work, but it's the number. So if you can middle a football game on, you lay 3 and you take 6, so you have 4 and 5 working for you, where 3 and 6 is the sides, where you get one side and you win, the other side you push. Those are good middles. I mean, obviously, the more points you get, the better, but anything through 7, anything through 3 or 4.
But that's why I do Wong teasers, because I want to get through that with the total. That's I like playing around with the side and the total there.
Right.
But my question is going to be, again, people have asked me, are you going to do Wong teasers? What's the price? I got to see what the books are going to, I mean, every single year, it's been a steady death march up, 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 110, 120, 130, 140. How much are you going to charge me to do this? Because if it gets to the point where every book's at 130 or higher, I won't bet Wong teasers. I'm not going to put myself into those situations where I have so much juice to pay just to be able to move the number.
It's getting out of hand. It's getting harder and harder to do at the prices you're used to doing them at. And I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody yet about the teasers. I guess we'll start to have that discussion next time we see Benson.
I mean, you guys did in Curacao. You guys did 7-point even money teasers, right?
No, 6 points even money.
6 points even money. Okay.
6.5 was minus 110, and 7 points was minus 120.
And 7-point teasers minus 120.
We had people calling from every.
That's how it should be.
It was enough.
Goodness, that's the
enough.
Pricing.
It was glorious. I learned so much. And listen, as the book, you doing that, you may lose 12 out of 16 weeks back then. It was like, that would be glorious. It was glorious. It was glorious to take, and it was glorious to see. And we had other books wanted to blow up our building. Like, it was just like, what are you guys doing?
ESPN bet was 150. Yep, that's true.
On a 2-team teaser?
Right before kick. Yep. Wong teaser right before kick. They're charging you $1.50 to move the number.
Well, that's tough to overcome.
I didn't like it too because it changed. ESPN bet I saw, they would do it based on the game. So like if it was a low scoring game and you wanted to move it around,
Yeah.
They charged you more than a high scoring game. And I was like, wait. You're going to tell me that it's more expensive based on the number that I'm going to move, not the actual, just the act of moving the number. I was like, that's absolute, sorry, Will, bullshit. Like straight up.
Bam!
Bullshit.
1 hour, 10 minutes, cash the ticket, first swear, P-roll.
That's just completely and totally ridiculous.
Yep.
That if you tell me the cost is fixed. The cost doesn't move based upon the number in which the game is being played at.
No,
thank you.
Those 3-point spreads, those 4-point
and
spreads.
Rainmaker, you're not wrong, dude. Okay. You're not wrong. And that's why the locals will always be in business because the brands, the big guys, they don't understand. Oh, you're right. This is the other thing you got to watch out for. They void the parlay if one leg loses, if one leg pushes.
What do you mean? Does it go from a 4-game parlay to a 3-game parlay?
They void it. And if it was a two, I never bet this, but somebody told me that if it's a 2-leg long teaser and 1 leg pushes, it loses.
Oh, we did 1 push, all push on a 2-leg.
Of course.
Even if you win the other side or lose the other side.
Yeah, it's a push. Right. Of course. Yes.
I don't get it. Like that. So wait, on a 4-game parlay, you get 3 winners and a push, and it's a push. You don't get paid as a 3-leg parlay.
They don't pull it down.
Oh, that's not
terrible
good business.
Terrible. So just
pay
terrible.
attention to that.
You're gonna love this conversation. This is new. This is a brand new service that's just been launched called Venue Sports.
Yeah.
You get all the ESPNs, you get all the Foxes, you get all TNT Sports for $42.99.
Yeah, that's great.
Streaming service.
Yeah, that's
combining
awesome.
all of them.
A direct-to-consumer product called Venue Sports. See, you know why I love this show? Because I was busy this morning. I got down to the book at like 7:30 and, waited for Kevin and talked to the people. I saw one tweet while I was down, just one, that one. I liked it. And I said, well, I hope this makes it on the show. And I forgot to text it to you. And it appears on the rundown because we've spent so much time together and know each other so well. Like, this is perfect. You're right. I love this. You know what this is called?
Cable.
Cable. $42.99. Is that a good price?
Venue plans to burnish sports offerings with 14 different TV networks, as well as a library of documentaries and other archives from ESPN, Fox Sports, and others. You will have access to ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, the SEC Network, the ACC Network, ESPN News, ABC Fox, Fox Sports 1 and 2, Big Ten Network, TNT, TBS, True TV, and a subscription to ESPN Plus.
Guess what? I have that now with everything else.
Well, no, I mean, you're not paying $42 a month for it, though. Your cable
I don't know what it all bundles.
Your cable bill is way more than that.
Stuff. But if I only wanted that,
yes,
that's fine, I guess. But like, I got to get it on the streaming. I have the cable. Like, they're going to push everybody back to the cable. Do you think that's a fair price?
Yes, I do. It's $30 cheaper than what I pay for YouTube TV. So there's a question that I've got. I'm going to look at this because I may go and get it. I may, this might be smart, might be worth it for people like me. But the problem is YouTube TV made the very smart decision to go get the Sunday ticket. So like, you need $72 is the minimum for YouTube TV. You need to have YouTube TV in order to buy the $350 a year NFL Sunday ticket.
Wait, you can't just buy the Sunday ticket standalone product?
I think they may let you. I don't believe that they do, though. I think you have to have a subscription to YouTube TV to get it.
Somebody confirm that or deny that in the chat.
Yeah, I think that's the case. I think you need to have it to do that. Does it have multi-view? Well, YouTube TV's got multi-view, so I'm guessing Venue Sports would have it. I mean, it's pretty basic technology for that. There's no NFL Network on that. Okay, so you can, according to Rossi, you can just buy it for $350. Just buy the Sunday ticket.
Okay.
Oh, it's more expensive. That's why. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, okay.
My cable bill with all those plus 144 venues a ripoff. I don't know if is that a ripoff at $42 a month? I don't know if it's a ripoff for 14 of all the sports channels plus ESPN Plus. So you get all the, the UFC stuff that's on there. It's not a bad price. I don't think it's a bad price. It saves you about $30. It does not have the local Fox regionals, but those regionals are all going away. So I
don't know what the hell's going to be on. I just want to watch the games. Can I watch the games? As long as I can watch the games. I don't know.
Our friends at the Massachusetts Gaming Commission, thank you for watching, guys. We appreciate it.
We do.
They had a conversation this morning ahead of what will be a very highly anticipated conversation with the sports books about the conversation they're going to have about limiting sports bettors. They put out a conversation to the MGC about what they feel like they have a right to do when it comes to limiting sports gamblers. Here's the list. They believe that limiting patrons in mobile sports wagering correlates with two well-established risk management practices in brick and mortar casinos. These are two things you have brought up in conversations here on BVB. Table limits and limiting play by patrons that engage in advantage play, i.e. card counting. It is both a risk management practice and a fair play business practice to do so. Many limited bettors are not your common customer, which is interesting. Now we're differentiating who is a sharp and who is not. Across the board, a very low percentage of players are limited. Debatable. Some of the leaders, and this is where it gets very interesting, of the sharp bettor community have been convicted of gaming-related criminal felonies.
Oh, whoa, wow.
Sharps engage in various ways to get around limits.
They do that. 100% they do that. Wow. We just fired that's a missile.
We just shot a missile.
Wow.
At some of our friends in the business.
Hello.
Placing restrictions or regulations on the ability for operators to limit bettors will harm the industry's risk management practices and result in a detrimental impact in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
What?
In some cases, a patron it's claimed to be limited, but the account is actually closed due to KYC, know your customer, issues, AML risk, and or other suspicious criminal activity.
That's probably true.
No law or regulation prohibiting limits could be identified in other, what's SW jurisdictions? Sports wagering?
I'm assuming so.
Jurisdictions. What do you make of that?
Wow. That was like, did they say the quiet part out loud when they
yes,
said
they did.
The conviction thing and stuff?
It is interesting to call out felonies of people in the sports betting, quote unquote, sharp bettor community, because I don't really know who runs the sharp bettor community. Was there an election I should have been told about that we all get to vote on?
I don't know.
This sharp bettor community, do we wear name tags and pins? And do you have to go through some initiation process? Is it like pledging a fraternity where you have to get let in?
Is there a secret handshake that
Did you get paddled? Did your ass get paddled to get into the secret sharp bettor community?
It's like one of them secret fraternities in college, where they do the hidden initiation, and you can't tell nobody you're in this until you're in it, and then you're in it. Nobody knows how you got in it. I hope there's not a secret handshake. I don't know it if there is one. I know a lot of these people personally. I've known them for years. I don't know about all the other stuff, but there needs to be a discussion. I don't know if this will advance it or set it back. I really don't, because they're never going to admit to circumventing limits. And they're doing it. And they'll tell you right to your face that they're not doing it. And you're like, I know you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So the other thing, that second and last point, 100% true. You see what happens to the property. We've seen it with the with the stories that are being written about places in town. It's on the book to find out what your source of income is. They put it on them that way. So you can't take drug money. You can't take other bookie money. You can't take, like, they tell you the rules. Like, so you may be limited because you did have some bad publicity thing and somebody Googled your name and went, we can't take that guy's bets. Well, why? I win? No, because you were associated with this and I can't take your bets. And they don't want to hear that. So it's a shame because from the book standpoint, I've told people this for years. The book wants to take your bet most of the time. 95% of the time, the book wants to take your bet. It's when you get those betting bots and you hammer circumvent limits. We tell you the limit's a dime, and you get you and 19 other betting bots to bet it at the same time. And now you've circumvented the limits. Things like that will get you kicked out, limited, whatever. Is this a good thing, counselor, that the Gaming Commission is having this discussion?
Only if the books show up.
They're not going to do that again, are they?
That's what the whole precursor to this was. This is what they wanted from the books. They're going to show up. They're having a hearing. They want the books on record, on camera, talking, saying this. But this was the precursor. This was the explanation. They asked the books, why do you have a problem with us asking you questions about limiting gamblers? This was their answer. This is why we have a problem with it. And they took it in. They discussed it. During the conversation, what came out of it, the head of the commission wants a quarterly report from the books telling the public how many gamblers that quarter they limited and why.
By what? Do you just give them a number or do you give them
how many gamblers during the month of January, February, March?
Okay.
How many did you limit?
28.
And why did you limit it? Each one. Tell us why each one you did it.
Is the gambler going to get to defend themselves?
Don't know. But they want it public. The guy
with the name? I limited Matt Peralt because he's a creep.
Then I get to sue you for discrimination.
Well, no, because you pass posted me.
I'm not a creep then. I just went ahead and did something
Well,
you thought was...
You're a creep because you pass posted me.
You have to tell me...
I can list pass posted.
You have to tell, okay, and then I can go and prove myself that I didn't do that. Then
so
I can,
you will have a forum to do so.
I can go to gaming and say this is wrong. Look at my receipt. Look at my gamble. Look what I did. This is wrong.
Are they aware of what kind of full-time job they're going to have? Have you had gaming commission hearings yet in Massachusetts?
Of course they have.
Because we've had them here for years. They're a pain. Nobody wants to be there. I'm going to have to pull up your bet history. I'm going to air all your dirty laundry at a hearing and go, you did this here this day. I asked you not to do it. You did it again here this day, and I told you not to do it.
Yep.
And the third time, I said, that's it. You're limited to 10% of your bet. Or what might happen, a lot of the risk management isn't even done in Massachusetts.
So
are they going to have to fly? Like DraftKings does the risk management here in Nevada. So they're going to fly risk guys out to Massachusetts for gaming hearings?
I mean,
this sounds like a disaster.
Commissioner Maynard said he'd be interested in operators including limiting data into their quarterly reports. How many were limited and in what categories for why they were limited. O'Brien is all in for this type of data being included in quarterly reports.
Oh, there's no way. They're going to be sorry what they asked for, but this is like asking for the injury reports.
It's all about transparency and fairness. What communication is provided to a bettor when limited?
Well, that has to improve.
So
100%.
They want to know. They want to know why they chose to do it. If you limited a gambler, why did you do it?
We could do all this without the Massachusetts Gaming Commission if they wanted to. Just talk to the bettors. Like the books don't have the accountability
We should get our guy Linehan on the show tomorrow because he's been all over this. He just wrote a big article for sportsbettingdime.com. The Massachusetts Gaming Commission is hoping for answers from licensed operators on the controversial practice of limiting sports bettors and sports betting users. It's also clear that a few are still annoyed at the operator no-show of its previous roundtable on the topic. Like, they're not happy. They're holding feet to the fire.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's funny because what also came out of this was the DraftKings is asking the Mass Gaming Commission to void 13 losing bets on an F1 race it offered. DraftKings took the bets on an incorrect spelled participant. It also took bets on a correct spelling of the driver, accepted 13 bets on incorrectly naming a driver from 9 participants. It identified the incorrect bets on 2 days before the race. DraftKings asking the wagers to be voided as the correctly spelled driver came in 17th and the bets would lose. The 13 bets totaled $15.76, which held a liability of $246,000. These users parlayed their bets on incorrectly named drivers with the correctly named driver to either win or finish in the top 4.
Of course, they
enjoy that.
Of course, they did. They didn't just bet it. No, they parlayed it to cost me $250,000. I can't, as a book, say I don't want that guy's business no more. I got to go to a gaming commission hearing to make sure that for $15 risk on a mistake, on a typo, you found it and you parlayed it for $250,000 and you wonder why you got limited.
True.
We'll go to the gaming commission hearing. I'll tell them the story. I'll be glad to tell them that story.
It's all true.
Unbelievable.
It's all true. A couple quick things from our show on Friday that we had up in Reno. The bill to repeal the federal sports betting excise tax in the U.S. has been put into place. Nevada's Representative Titus is with the bill trying to get this thing to pass. Rereading the article, do you think this passes? It feels like this is a big deal to books and big deal to Nevada, but I'm not sure it's a big deal to anybody else.
I agree.
I think it's small potatoes to the country.
After Paul explained it, I thought he explained it as well as anybody. I didn't even realize that until I moved to Nevada and then had it explained to me. Because I'm like, why don't we offer more?
Right.
Like, because when we were in Curacao, we tried to offer as much future stuff as we could. We got to hold the money all the time. Well, I didn't realize you got to pay taxes on the money. And then the nose, like, you end up paying out. You handle all this money. You pay the taxes on the handle, and then you pay out the bet. It's a lose, lose, lose. So I think you're right. I think it's a bigger deal here
than anywhere else
and globally.
So it might get passed because it might be like scratch my back, I scratch yours type thing. There might be deal making to get it passed. But I don't think like somebody in South Carolina really gives a flip about this bill. Like I don't think you're seeing a lot of people do this.
No.
By the way, Team USA is only up 60-51 with 1 minute to play in the third quarter.
How
that
many
line was
your girl have?
How many assists? Not good. 3. 14
Still stuck on 3?
I don't know if she's playing or not. Her number hasn't. None of her stats have moved, so I'm not watching the game. I'm watching the box score. Rebounds was the bet for Wilson. She has 12. It was 10.5 was the number. She's got 14 points. So we'll see. Maybe go 2-0 to 0-2 here on that. This was interesting. The U.S. affiliate market is, quote, in shambles, according to one expert. I'm curious. This is coming from more or less what happened with Bet Rivers. They're shutting down the affiliate program in all of these states, effective on the 31st. It's a month notice to anybody who is using sports, cost per acquisition, CPA deals. But the bottom number is what got my attention. Michael Murphy is a guy who's heavily invested in a bunch of different properties and a guy who's involved in the sports betting world, writes for a bunch of different outlets. And he's not just a media member, but he's also someone who's gambling or investing in gambling companies. The U.S., as far as an affiliate marketing goes, is in, quote, shambles. Do we agree with that? Shambles?
Oh, if it's in shambles, it's not as nearly as healthy as it was, right?
It's just not lucrative anymore. I don't know if it's shambles. I guess it's all eye of the beholder. It's just the sign-up bonuses and the practices that started after PASPA got put into place, after the repeal, I mean, like we saw $500, we saw, $600, $700 CPA. I mean, CPA agreements with books.
Cost per acquisition for those of you that aren't up to date with all the vernacular.
Sorry. And so if you were in a company,
to give someone an example, whether it was you walked into a book and signed up for an app and that person signed you up, the company that was doing it would get paid from the book $500 each time someone signed up, or they went to a website and there was a link to a website to a book. They signed up, deposited money. It didn't matter what the deposit amount was. That
didn't matter if you bet. Didn't matter if you bet.
Don't let out all the secrets.
Well, I'm just saying, didn't all you do to open the account and you got paid? Didn't matter. The person put $100 in, took $100 out. Didn't matter. The account being open paid the company. In the beginning, it's not like that anymore.
Right.
But in the beginning, that's what it was.
So if that was the arrangement and everybody was making money, the affiliate companies, the books were paying it out, and it is its current state now, I think some people could define that as shambles.
Fair. I mean, I guess it's not what it was. I guess it's gone. If you built your whole business on it, and granted, this show was supposed to be a catalyst for an affiliate company. Like
Correct.
That's why this show began. It was supposed to be a way of alerting the public, being the front door, being the front porch of an affiliate company.
Come on in.
It lasted a year. I think everybody saw this coming from that company and said, okay, we're not doing this anymore because it's not going to, Matt and Dave aren't doing, that's not what we are. So let's part ways and go different directions. It's a problem for the global companies right now because they're looking at like Brazil. They're looking at the countries that are about to legalize sports betting. They want to be in that country, not in America anymore. So if that's in shambles, okay. I just think we're back to how it was before we had legalization, which is basically you have to deliver a customer. The customer has to go ahead and bet. And then you get paid a marketing deal, not a, hey, give me that customer and I'm going to pay you for that customer arrangement.
There's other kinds of arrangements that are made.
Well, I'm not talking about that.
I'm
not talking about those types of arrangements.
Right. So there's different ways it can be done. This way might be in shambles because the ability to get one.
No, Pedro's watching in Brazil. What's up, Pedro?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Pedro.
Yeah,
I
Brazil.
gotta get this guy Pedro his hat.
Brazil
God,
is,
I gotta get Pedro.
Correct me, Pedro. You're there. You know more than me, but I thought you guys are new. Like it's been the last year. You guys have legalized sports betting.
No.
Not illegal. Legal sports betting, sports gambling.
But they're gonna do that there.
Yeah.
The affiliate companies came here and went over the top and got a lot of people signed
Big promises.
Up.
Yep.
You have to then, I think, let the kids become adults, and then a new wave of people that might or might not gamble become 21 in certain states.
Right.
And you have to continually get new customers. The problem with this business is that once you try to find somebody who lives in the state of Pennsylvania that doesn't have an account somewhere at some book.
Fair.
Or doesn't have a local, or doesn't bet offshore.
Right.
It's pretty hard. They went in, and Pennsylvania is a big state, a lot of population. I think it's the 5th population in the country, something like that. How many more new people can you get? That's where the churn stops. Now you have to retain the customers you have. You have to offer a good product. It has to work. It has to be able to get money in, money out. I can't get, a spinning wheel. I can't, I want more market. Whatever it is, you have to keep the customer in there now, becoming more important than ever, which goes to our watch time. Like people come in here and stay. They hang out. Our watch time is high. Thank you guys for doing it and watching the show, hanging with us, following us at different places. Affiliate companies have none of that, right? Bettors will go wherever the best deal is. That's the way they were trained. Now, they'll go where the best odds are, maybe. Or they'll go where they like the print on the app. They'll like this one because it offers more. We got Addison who likes F1. If your book doesn't offer F1, you won't get F1.
We don't like F1.
FF1. That was one of your best ideas of all time.
Lagging F1 sales, slashing hotel rooms in half, MGM. People aren't coming back. It was a one-time thing. Why are we still doing F1 in Vegas? No one's coming. No one cares. Why are we doing this?
Well, I can tell you why.
Why? Because
Wynn
made a lot of money. The high-end casinos made a lot. Bellagio made a lot.
That week in the casinos was insane. And they're willing to F everything up for F1.
Just to get the 1 week?
Well, I heard the construction won't be as bad, but they still got to repave the roads. They still got to set up the grandstands. I don't know if they're going to get that hustle in all those boxes and all those things viewing. Like, the viewing experience on television was great. For you F1 heads like Addison, maybe you'll like sitting in a room overlooking the road and the track. I don't know, P-Roll. It's not for me.
It's not for us. It's not for us. Everybody else. It's not for us, but shocker. F1's not selling in Vegas. Could have fooled me. We all wanted it so bad, desperately back.
I mean, you see what Vital's doing with some of the tweets and seeing how much like people got money for giving out the tickets. And there's a lot of questions. I think that a lot of people are going to start asking about this because a lot of people, not a lot of people, but a lot of the right people, a small number benefited from this.
And the city did not.
Right?
And that's the problem. The city did not. Two quick baseball games, and we'll get to better to book it on the other side. Orioles and the Guardians. I told everyone in the juice last night, you like the Guardians. Just telling the Guardians with a pick here. Rogers' first start for the O's.
Double check it. It hasn't moved. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I do. I get worried about the crossover to the new league. Sometimes that helps, but I'm not as worried about it because now they play everybody. So it's not, I guarantee this isn't the first time that anybody on Cleveland hasn't seen him. They may have seen him already if they played. So yes, I like Cleveland. I mean, look at their record. How many times do you get a team like this at this price at home? They got the best home record in baseball, and the games pick them. I like Cleveland.
JPC likes the over in the game. And then finally, Cardinals, Cubs in Monaga at home against Sonny Gray. This is a heck of a game.
Punish yourself with this one.
Why? Good game.
Are you good taking which side are you taking?
In Monaga at home.
See, this is hard. I don't know. I like the game under.
Okay.
They scored all those runs last night. My first thought is under, so I'm leaning Cubs too. But then I got to go against Gray. I don't know. I'm not crazy about this game.
Fun game. Fun game to watch. Definitely worth your time. If football's boring, this is the game to watch. Cubs, Cardinals.
On at the same time. Cardinals, Cubs.
But if the game gets boring or the game is not
your gets cup of boring, tea, the game will be boring. The football game will be boring. Yes.
I don't know. It could be fun. You never know. Could be intense down the line. Could be coming down to a field goal, a kick, total, whatnot. I don't think it's too chaotic, too crazy.
Okay.
Over 31 might be fun. I think the game will go over. If you guys are watching with us on Sports Grid TV or listening on Sirius XM channel 159, thank you for being here. If you're watching live on YouTube and or Twitter, thank you as well. But you guys get more. We call this bonus time. One quick one for bet it or book it.
Another college season win total?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, I got two plays for you if you want it, but we're doing Texans -1. Bet it or book it tonight.
I think bet this. Just watching a line moving and stuff.
It's the sharp market. I mean, the sharps are
personal. Yeah,
quote, unquote, the sharps from the Texans.
Yeah, we talked about this last night a little bit, and I said, yeah, forget about that total. You're going to get aggravated. It's going to be, I mean, if that's what you want, bet it under and sweat it, or bet it over and sweat it. But if I have to pick
everyone's on the
game, it's this.
I mean, everyone's on the under, and the numbers are moving completely against everybody. I mean, I don't know. Like I was joking around before, which I'm quasi not joking around before, but like for pizza money, you can do it if you want. You can move the 32.5 down to take the over, and then go take the 2 and go up.
Why wouldn't you have done that before when it was 31? Like, why did you wait for it to move to take it down?
Because I was on the air. Because I wasn't on the air.
Value.
I'm not doing it. I'm just saying right now, if you're gonna Wong tease this is into a Wong teaser. This is crossing key numbers. You're going over 3, and you're going over 6, and you're going over 7. That's a Wong. You're taking it from 31, okay, and pulling it down and going over. Like you're crossing key numbers to do this. It's not a home game. It's a neutral site game. So that changes everything. I'm just saying the math plays out to cross key numbers if you want to do such a thing. I'm not saying do it. I'm saying just if you want to, you can do it just simply for pizza money, for beer money. But
I mean, at this point, I'd rather take the Bears plus 9.
That's what I'm saying.
And
that's what I'm saying.
Up
yeah.
To 40.
And go under. That's not horrible. I mean, I think the game's going to fall 30. Okay. I think the game's going to fall right in that range. 27 to 33 is what you're getting that number at, right? That's where the game falls. So I would want to get below 26. I'd want to get above 35. You give me any shot in there, I think you're good. To an under and an over.
Score more than 21 points.
Say that again?
Does either team score more than 21 points?
Possibly, yes. Possibly. Texans could get 24.
Okay.
Could be 24-10.
Okay.
So then you had 34. Then like it's gone over 32.5, over 33. It's going to fall right in that window. That's why right. I don't want the aggravation. Like talking to you last night, you can convince me. I don't want to sit there and sweat. 19 points for Asia Wilson with 4:43 to play. I need 3 more points out of Asia. I need 22 points out of Asia Wilson. Chelsea Gray's number's dead, but I can split it and go 1-1 on this. House payment on the over. This is not what we like talking about, Vitalis. Like we don't like talking about this. Okay.
Look at Vitalis.
Vitalis we don't want to recommend these things. You could tease total both ways. That's possible. You could tease total both ways. Isn't sweating the fun part?
Lewis, don't egg him on.
I don't know. CBW. I mean, I guess it's part of betting, but this game, when I'm sweating out who? A 5th round pick from Jacksonville State? Like I'm not really looking at sweating that. Like that's not really fun to do.
Remember that it's part of the scene, and remember the Titans where he goes, "Football is fun, sir." The football is not fun. We're going to reset. No fun, sir. No, not fun. That's not fun.
Favorite thing about today is what?
The flip to the Proxy service was just a good decision for no other reason than to just meet people,
right,
and make that connection. And Kevin signed up today, and we probably spent an hour after talking and comparing notes about kids and family and, his trip here and, where we should go and do a show in Florida. And I lined up a call to take us to FLA to do a show down there. And I said, well, obviously if we do a show here, Kevin, you'll be on the show.
Of course.
So I think that would be a hell of a deal for us if we can swing that. So conversations were started and had, and the excitement of doing the show was my favorite thing about today, because I was like, all right, good. We're going to talk about that. And I feel like it's more than it just, we're just more than somebody putting in picks. Like we're more than just a brigade. Proxy service is a little bit more. And I talked to Tom from the other Proxy, and he's like, I watched you guys talk to Clarence. That was awesome. I've realized that, you talk to people the same way I talk to people. And, you guys made a connection with him. He's your customer forever. And that's awesome. So that is my favorite thing about today, along with our announcement tomorrow on Roll Call Friday.
Yeah, that's going to be fun, guys. We got something cooking for you guys. It's unique, it's different, and I think you guys are really going to like being a part of it. So we'll tell you about that coming up on the show tomorrow. Probably top of the show. You're going to get the big announcement for us coming up with that.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about today that it's August 1st. Everything. It's only one day, but it feels different. August 12th, our kids go back to school.
My birthday.
We're walking down to the first week 0 games in college football.
Yep.
We're walking down. This is the last Thursday night without football until February, or starts today. Sorry, starts tonight. Thursday night football until February.
Great.
Football, more and more football. This is good. This is not bad. This is what we want. Team USA, by the way, 76-63. At 18-point number. It's going to be right there. And that's going to be right there. Speaking of sweating, I'm sweating. I need 3 more points for Adrian Wilson. Shoot a 3, and 1, something. Give me Adrian Wilson to score to get me on that. But this is what, August is a busy, busy month for us. It's busy with the proxy service. It's busy with school starting. People always ask, do we have a fall in Vegas? No, we don't have a fall like the way you guys have fall. But this month is the start of our fall. We get rolling here with that. Here. August is here. Favorite thing about today. August is here.
School start in 2 weeks.
Less 2 weeks. We're talking about this Thursday. School starts a week from Monday.
I know.
10 days away. School's here. Here.
Kids are going back to school and college, and there's so many. Oh, yeah. Don't get me started.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
He is Dave. I am Matt. We will talk to you tomorrow. Roll Call Friday, a big one with an announcement at the top of a new thing we're going to offer to you guys, which we think you might find really, really fun. It's coming up tomorrow, top of the hour, top of the show for RCF, August the 2nd. Dave, Matt, see you tomorrow for a Roll Call Friday, Bostonian versus the book.